everybody, and welcome to tonight's Section 5 matchup between the Hornell Red Raiders and the visiting Dansville Lady Mustangs. Dansville comes in at 1-2. Their last game was a loss to Warsaw. They lost 3-0 that game on Tuesday. Hornell comes in at 2-0-1. The one tie coming with a visit at Leroy. Hornell beat Canandaigua 5-0 on the road, beat Bolivar Richburg 4-0 here, and at Leroy was the tie 1-1. I'm Bob Peischer, broadcasting from the Maple City Dodge broadcast booth. Beautiful night, about 60 degrees right now, but you can check out the beautiful sky from wherever you're watching. Just a beautiful night here in the Maple City. Welcome all those watching on Facebook Live, Peisch Sports. If you want to comment and let us know where you're watching from, that'd be great. Give us some thumbs up. I don't think they have a thumbs down feature, which I'm sure you guys would be hitting that right and left. So, but we're getting ready to kick things off, literally. Officials are set. Dansville in the black, Hornell in the white, and here we go. Early control here by Dansville. Head that time by Emily Kuhn. Up front, skips past that time. Julie Ashworth to the near side. Hornell's leading scorer on the air is Abigail Austin, number 1. She has 3 goals. Leading scorer for Dansville is Tia Arriaga, if I can say that name right. I don't think it's even Tia, it's T-E-A-H. I apologize for not knowing how to say your first name, but she is the leading scorer with 2 goals for Dansville. Look at the ball. It touched the yellow line and went back in. You didn't see that on camera, but I'm watching it, and like, that's bizarre. It's like a level pool table. As Hornell is going to have a corner kick. Nothing worse than playing on an unlevel pool table. Who's going to do the honors? Jalen Krupp centers, and that's not a very good center that time. She had to need to take her time a little bit more than that. She just set it down and winded up and kicked it. That's where Hornell is going to miss the leg of Erin Briggs, who's at Clarion University, the Division II school, and she has played in every game and started every game this year for Clarion, going on a scholarship there. I guess it's a partial. I'm not sure how they work Division II, but it was a pleasure watching her with her corner kicks the last 4 years. Here we go. Waited a little bit too long. It's going to give Hornell, though, another corner kick opportunity. Anna Flights that time. I think she could have maybe popped that just a little bit quicker that time. Flights, the senior. Everyone remembers her last year going to states in track for Hornell. Look for her and her teams again to go back. There we go. Ooh. And see, they do have a ball girl here. That's my biggest complaint about the boys game the other day. There was no ball. We had to wait 40 seconds before the ball got put back in play. Nice set, and goalkeeper that time is Jillian Scram. Oh, it's a downpour all of a sudden. I just said how beautiful the night was. It just came out of nowhere. Wow, look at that. So those are... It just started downpouring. Hornell, they stopped. Now they inbounded it, but wow. And windy too. Still blue skies. I can't believe it. Strange. Gabby LaPierre. Gabby, I don't know who that 19 from right now. Rebecca Clifford. I'm sorry, I thought Gabby was last year she was the goalkeeper, but Rebecca Clifford. I'm sorry, Rebecca. I just assumed Gabby was going to be in there again this year. Rebecca Clifford with 11 saves, only giving up 1 goal this year, so she's got a strong repertoire, or how you say that, repertoire. And she spent every second in goal for Hornell, so of course they don't even have Gabby LaPierre listed as a goalie. No, they do have her listed. I'm sorry. Wow, this storm is something else. Sorry, I'm losing track of the... No thunder or lightning or something, because obviously if that happens, like I said, you can see the downpour. They got him under cover. First class facilities here. Guess they're going to redo the press boxes. I understand, I've heard. But I've heard a lot of things that never happen, so we'll see. When I say redo it, the electric and the wood and some of the other stuff in here needs to be, ceilings have collapsed, and not collapsed, but you know, people have hit them. And still 0-0, or 0-0 as they say, on the John N. Dagan scoreboard. Again, Bob Peischer broadcasting from the Maple City Dodge broadcast booth. Center. Finally cleared out of there by Ashworth. Set down the line. Inbounded quickly that time by Matt Condon. Abby Austin, her fancy footwork. Ooh, gets ready to wind it up. And she's going to get pushed. There's going to be a direct kick from probably about the 11-yard line. Oh, maybe a little bit further back. They're going to have Ashworth do it. A little too easy that time. Jillian Scram, or Schramm, I don't know if she says it. Flights. Just Scotty, Jaden Scotty. Abby Austin sends it in. Ooh. Wow, I guess it looks so beautiful there, but there it looks bad. Doesn't stop what's going on in the field, though. If by chance there is a lightning delay, we will not carry the rest of the game live on Facebook or bring it back to you, just so everyone knows. Or we might be able to, I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess we might. There's a time limit on Facebook Live, and if it goes over that, we get cut off. Plus, I'm not sure how many minutes I have on my mobile device here that streams this. Still waiting for the school district to put in their bridge to bring us Wi-Fi here, which would be able to stream all night long. Stopped. Clifford gets Austin with it. Winds up. And a good save that time. Hornell's right in there. Oh, and a little bit too far. And you can see Matt Condon's a little frustrated with herself. Who else was in there? Number 10, Leah Harkenreiter. Saw an opportunity. Normally I don't like the little dancing around there that Abby did, but she's so good at it, I give her a break. I'm always someone that, you get the ball, look for an opening and pass it. But some players, you give them the opportunity to. Now they should reverse it here. Oh, see? You got to be looking to this side of the field. There's 3 or 4 girls over on this side against 1 defender. So there's a reason they, even in basketball, when they call swing it, swing the ball around to the other side. You're catching the defense off. In that case, it would have worked perfectly for the Lady Raiders. They might have a play set up that I don't know about, though, so I'm not privy to that information. See how quick the ball gets back in when you have a ball girl? It's Grace Workley and Ashworth going at it, but Abigail Austin comes away with it. See, look at that, her speed, and she passes it right up front. Good look. Gets it to Harkenreiter, who can't find the center, and it's going to be kicked out of bounds.
Join Connors and Ferris in supporting the Kelly Tough Every Score, benefiting Hunter's Hope.
Every time the Bills score, children win.
For more information, visit connorsandferris.com.
If you get hurt at work, you want to be able to turn to a professional you can trust, someone on your side. Call 262-COMP today and get the results you deserve.
Connors and Ferris, committed to serving you.
There it goes. Nice play! Oh! Couldn't squeak it in that time. Had a couple opportunities. That time Scram's going to be set to kick it for Hornell. 26.5 minutes left here in the first half, still 0-0. And there's a shot! Matt Condon with a goal. Good job, Mac. It's her 3rd goal of the year. She also has 1 assist. So good job, Mac Condon. like to thank our advertisers. Poulos and Roselle. Stop in and see Tim Roselle and Bill Poulos at the Professional Crossroads building in Hornell, across from Burger King. Your Hornell Wegmans, course Route 36 in Hornell. Your Hornell Wegmans, thank you for your support. Wyand Chiropractic. Don't forget to stop and see John Wyand and Dr. Joseph McKay at Wyand Chiropractic, 20 Park Drive in Hornell. So Hornell takes the first lead here. Defense by Jaden Scotty. Ball's up front. Matt Condon cleared out of there. Good fight in there. That time by Sydney Stone and Alyssa Delaney. Changing fields is Scotty, which we were talking about earlier. Just a great move. You're looking for an open girl on the other side. Emily Kuhn heads it up front and then finally cleared out, but not cleared out entirely yet. Ashworth is going to take control of it. Looks to the near side. Center. Oh! Condon was there! And it still doesn't go in! Wow! Opportunity. Slips past Hornell that time. Finally, Rebecca Clifford grabs it. Gives way to the far side. Emily Kuhn is there. Not sure what's going on yet. Yeah, what was that? You can't, I don't know what the call was. I heard someone downstairs say you can't pass it to your, and they score because of it. Because nobody was ready. I don't, no, they couldn't. I guess no, they're not allowing that, are they? No. Yeah, there's something. They already put it up on the scoreboard, but I guess they're talking to the officials. They're coming over here to the near side, talking to Mike Wilkerson. Letting some subs come through. The clock shouldn't have stopped. There was a lot of confusion on that. I'm not sure what the call was. Shot wide left. Is it T. Arriaga? A lot of kicking going on, but the ball hasn't moved more than about 10 feet here. Finally cleared over the line. Who's going to get there first? And that time, Mackenzie Johnson Bozer wisely kicks it out so her defense can reset. Kennedy Warabi checking in, and she's checking in for Matt Condon. Good steal that time, Lauren Kelly. Kelly, one of the better defenders on the team, playing midfield. Bailey Harnish over there. Sure, you've heard her name for years. She's a senior. One gets a shot. Sorry, a little behind on that. Harnish is also on the basketball team for Dansville. There we go, along the near side here, Mackenzie Lawless. Finally taken away by Abby Austin. So you can just see her footwork, looking for an open pass, but she can weave her way in there so well to get an open shot, even against two people. As you can see that, she kind of centers, waiting for someone to come across. A shot like that, you're looking for maybe a lucky bounce or a misstep by the goalie. That time, neither happened. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Checking in, number 9. Ciara Quibell. Ashworth tries to clear it. Out of bounds. That time off number 18, Sydney Stone. Throwing the ball in is going to be Scotty. Gets it into Delaney. Ashworth looks up front, had Abby for a second there, but Rachel Drake put an end to that shot opportunity. Pass. Nice save. It's one thing with this soccer, you got to keep one eye on the ball and one eye to make sure you don't get run into the player next to you or hit head on like that, especially when everyone's trying to converge toward the ball. Delaney. Clearing it is Shea Kozak. Is that her or is that 18? I couldn't tell. Sydney Stone. I think that was. I can't tell their numbers. Letters are so small on the front of their uniform. Up front. Is somebody trailing? Yayar? Kate Colucci came in there and sent one of the Dansville players flying. I'd like to thank the Hornell Erie Credit Union, Federal Credit Union in Hornell. Thanks for your support. Stop in and see Marty Piccolo and the crew there at the Hornell Erie Federal Credit Union. Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys with offices in Buffalo and Rochester. Thank you, Greg Connors. And of course, Maple City Dodge. Stop up and see the new 2018s or today and test drive one. I'd like to thank Main Street Redemption. Don't forget to take your bottles and cans to Main Street Redemption in Hornell. I like the old slogan that the other redemption center that closed up years ago. Get your can into Main Street Redemption. 286 Main Street in Hornell. Still 1-0 on the John N. Dagan scoreboard. Hornell and Dansville. Hornell 2-0-1. Dansville 1-2. So both teams have played 3 games. Remember, if you're watching this live on Facebook, give us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Also, don't be afraid to give us a thumbs up. If you don't, I assumed you didn't like us. Nice little move that time, Condon. Oh, and then gets taken out. Cleared out of there. Good play, actually. Ball's going to trickle out of the back. That wasn't touched by Lauren Kelly. Yep, so it's going to be Hornell's ball. Great defense that time, just blocking that number 11, Rachel Drake, out. 13.5 minutes left here in the first half. Out of there in that time, going to be sent to the sidelines. Oh. Time Jalen Krupp hit the ball out of bounds and instead of trying to kick it to the center of the field. A misplay a little bit. That's all right. No. Sends it out of the far sideline and going to Mackenzie Lawless checks back in. 10th grader. Here we go with Abby. And her speed, too, is just a great plus here. Look at that. Stops the ball. Up front. Flights. Oh! Great opportunity. Great pass by Abby Austin that time. And good, really good shot by Flights. Had a decent angle. And on the rebound over there was that Kennedy. Job by Kelly and loses it, but like how she positions her body in there. And Matt Condon finally gets it up to Abby Austin. Finally knocked away. I think that was Sydney Stone. Julia Ashworth is checking back in for Hornell. Ashworth winds up. Oh, no, don't like to see that. People going after, or falling down and hitting some legs. Look at Abby take advantage. Bam! Abby Austin. Gonna put Hornell up 2-0. Gonna give us a chance to take a break. We'll be back.
Our customers expect the highest level of sales and service here at Maple City Dodge.
I buy my cars at Maple City Dodge because they have the best service. I tell them what I want, they get me what I want, and I'm happy.
I came to Maple City Dodge because they had the Charger that I wanted. I'll come back to Maple City Dodge because of their sales and service.
Come on down to Maple City Dodge where we make buying a car easy and fun.
2-0 on the John N. Dagan scoreboard. Jalen Krupp. Mackenzie Lawless with the kick here. Nice kick that time. Ooh, Abby. Nice play, Abby. You better stay right with it. Up front, Flights. Make one quick move and kick. Oh, she waited too long, but able to get back to it. What do they call him there? I'm not sure what that, hope that wasn't a, must have been a knockdown by Flights, which was a horrible call. Kuhn. Passing around, looking for Kelly there. Ball's going to find its way all the way out. Going to give Rebecca Clifford. Carmen Nasca is checking in for Hornell. She's coming in for Abby with the last 6.5 minutes here, a little over 6.5 minutes left here in the first half. Swing and a miss, and that time I thought Leah Harkenreiner was going to have a chance to go all the way there because those defenders were almost behind her. Finally, Scotty gets it over to Ashworth. Or Flights, I'm sorry. Hornell throwing. Here we go. Matt Condon centers it. Oh, and Flights couldn't stop it that time. Ooh, and bodies go flying here at about the 40-yard line. Another good opportunity for Hornell, just couldn't capitalize. Looking, here we go. It might be a little too far for Anna. And you can see it's number 16, Madeline Vedger, pushing her case to say Anna Flights' hair might have touched that. Here we go. Nobody home though, except the Dansville player. Dansville in the black, Hornell in the white. Time Mackenzie Gardner knocks it out. Three and a half minutes left here. First half, Maple City Park. The torrential started out beautiful. 10 minutes into the game, had a torrential downpour. No thunder and lightning, thank God. Play was able to continue. Gardner kicks it out to the near side here. It's Hornell's defense catch up. It's a good play. Lisa Delaney. Over to Condon. Condon taking it to the center. Opens up her options. See, she can take it to the other far side, which she does over there. Gets it to Emily Kuhn. Harkenreiter. And finally cleared out. Kelly gets it. Ashworth. Can't save it from going out with a minute left here. 2-0. Hornell. Just noticed our score was wrong. I apologize. That's what the comments were, and I didn't see them. 2-0 Hornell here in the first half. What's going on here? And that's going to take us to halftime. Hornell up 2-0 on the John N. Digging scoreboard. We'll be back with second half after this.
When I'm older, I want to be a teacher.
If you be a good person, you can still have freedom and enjoy life.
I want to be an astronaut.
At Kiwanis, we give kids the opportunities they need to reach their full potential.
A nice person who makes everyone smile. It's good to make people smile because it makes them happy.
Because the world can only meet its potential if kids do.
If we didn't have superheroes, our Earth would not be safe.
Welcome back. Getting ready to start second half action. I apologize for the first half error in scoring. You know, sometimes you can see something but don't. You'll be looking at something, I guess, and don't see it. I guess that's a better terminology. And I was looking at the scoreboard the whole time and didn't even realize it said Dansville 2 and Hornell nothing, but it didn't matter because we all knew what the real score was. Matt Condon scoring for Hornell. First goal. And then Abby Austin. Hornell would like to at least get 2 more goals here, at a minimum 1, but 2 would be even better, obviously. Because this Dansville team is no slouch. They are playing very well. Push from behind by Kuhn. Knocks Harnish down. Again, Dansville and Hornell, fourth game of the year, I'm sorry, for each team. Hornell comes in at 2-0-1, and Dansville 1-2. Livingston County action. Those that are old enough to remember, obviously, it was the Sullivan Trail when I was growing up. Then we joined the Finger Lakes. I can't remember if there was another conference in there before after that or not, but no. Livingston County, and there's actually only 2 schools in Class B in Livingston County League. The rest are C's. And I think a few D's. Livonia being the only other Class B, unless this was as of last year. I should have checked before I speak, but what is going on here? The defense doesn't realize. Oh, and a nice shot opportunity. I was wondering what the defense was doing that time for Dansville. They kind of like parted like the Red Sea there. And geez, I'm surprised Abby just didn't have a better shot that time and try to fake her out. But now just like that, Dansville pushing it downfield. Again, 2-0 Hornell. And I think I do deserve a little break. I'm one man doing what 5 or 6 years ago it took 50 NBC people to do, is bring you live sports from Hornell and to around the world. There we go, good job, Rebecca Clifford that time. Remember, you miss school, you miss out, as you can see over there. Excellence starts with you. That time, Emily Kuhn kicks it out, senior defenseman. And if you're just watching this and don't know soccer, and like I don't, I do know some things, is you kick it out of bounds, let the ooh, defense here. Ooh, there's a push from behind. Number 17, Abby Briggs getting a little aggressive. But anyways, you kick it out of bounds like Kuhn did that time. It lets your own team get back in a better defense. Kind of, instead of like a delay of game type penalty you might get in basketball or something like that, it's easier just to kick it out of bounds. Mackenzie Lawless and over there for Dansville. Nice pass. Finally stolen away down there by Scotty. Flights. Oh, flights. I think she should have kind of popped it up a little bit, get her foot underneath that and give a sky ball, I guess. I mean, if she was trying to shoot the ball for a score that time, it wasn't very, didn't get enough leg behind it, but it's all right. Lauren Kelly, that is. Tries to get it up front, no good. Ashworth, nice screen that time. Here we go. Yes! Again, Mac Congdon. Good job, Mac. What can you say about Mac that hasn't already been said? And another score. But this time I'm going to make sure I put it on the right side here. Let's check it out. Did it work? Yes, it did. So good job, Mac. Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys. Thank you, Greg Connors. Connors and Ferris. Maple City Dodge, don't forget to check out the new 2018s at Maple City Dodge in Hornell. That ball was just like that when I had the screen graphics up there. It was kicked all the way down, and Rebecca Clifford able to corral it. Checking in for Hornell is Alyssa Delaney. I'd like to thank those at the Erie Federal Credit Union. Yes, you heard that right. First time advertising on Pike Sports. Erie Federal Credit Union looking for a car loan. Been in business for like 100 years. Don't know exact, but thank you, Marty Piccolo, running things there at the Hornell Erie Federal Credit Union, that is. Where'd the ball girls go? I think they left when it rained. Wait, it takes too long to get the ball in. Julia Ashworth on the far side sends it down. You know he's like that. And there it is. Oh, good clear that time. But it's going to give Hornell an opportunity for a corner kick. That was Mackenzie Johnson. I think it's Boser, Boser, B-O-S-E-R. And that's why you got to hustle. We talked about it at the boys' game the other day. When someone takes a shot on goal, everyone should hustle in there in case you get a ricochet like that. And in the Hornell game, even though Hornell came away victorious, there was a couple shots like that. And that one goes sailing. A couple shots like that that ricocheted, and nobody was there to, everyone was just standing around. So it's always a good way to make sure you get every opportunity to put that ball in the back of that net. Nice pass. Nice little stop move there. And then finally couldn't get back control of it. Julie Ashworth's going to send one in. And it hits the back of the other net. Substitution possibly at Morgan Oldfield. I like that last name, Morgan Oldfield. If you're watching this and don't know where Dansville is, and just by chance, and they're 17. Well, it contradicts, because I remember the sign used to say 11 miles to Hornell when you're in Dansville. Now it says like 15, so somehow it's been stretched. But it's right to the north of us. If you're on your way to Rochester, you have to go almost through Dansville. Always like the town of Dansville. There's a push. Oh, I was going to say it's got to be some sort of takedown on Abby Austin that time. Abby has been just fun and a pleasure to watch her play sports. And it's not over. We got basketball coming up. But let's not get that too soon. Let's get this season just started. So out to the far side, it's going to be a Dansville throw-in. Coming in for Hornell is Kate Colucci. To say hi to her brother, Kyle, who's going to school down in Scranton for architecture, if he happens to be watching. Was a fine sports figure and a soccer player for Hornell over the years. Also ran track and won a Sunday school championship basketball game this year, or last year. I can't remember who he beat, but that's beside the point. Here's a corner kick. Let's see, we got to perfect the corner kick. What a cross, though! And it's score! Didn't see initially who that was. Number 8. No, who was that? I'm confused. Oh, it's number 9. That's why. Jalen Krupp. Sorry, Jalen. Didn't mean to not give you credit there. When you got the long hair and it blocks the number, it's hard to know right away. So I apologize. So that's the extra goal I was talking about. Make it at least 4-0 here, and I'm not saying any game's out of reach, but in soccer, obviously, because we've all seen games, scores. Hornell did it the other day, scored like 2 goals in 30 seconds. So it can happen. So you never want to give up, obviously, here. Kennedy Oraby is getting ready to check in for Hornell in the next whistle. So is number 4, Mackenzie Lawless for Dansville, and number 1, Tay Arriaga. Hope I'm saying her name right. I apologize if not. I have a hard enough time keeping Hornell's name straight, let alone the visiting team. Good job, Kate.
Good work, back.
Centered, cleared out of there, almost cleared. Not cleared yet, it's still kind of ricocheting around, and it's got to be a push that time by Harnish, and she's still, even after the whistle, she's kicking it, which she's got to heard that whistle. It can hurt someone. When you hear the whistle, a lot of people lower the defenses, and she's still kicking the ball around. I'm going to give you my normal every game statement. If you don't like what I'm saying or talking about, just press the mute button. So obviously you can see what's going on. You don't have to hear my voice. And there's the substitutes coming in as we going to get a chance to.
Yes, hello. Hi. I received a letter today from Workman's.
You did your homework. You knew who to call, and you could tell right away you were in good hands. They told you exactly how things would go, and they were right every step of the way. No surprises is a good thing. You got the results you deserve, and you're thankful for the professionals fighting on your side. Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
Remember to bring your bottles and cans into the Main Street Redemption, on 286 Main Street. The old Radio Shack building at the end of Main Street in Hornell is now a redemption center. Chance for Hornell that time. There's actually 24 minutes left here in the game, or yes, in the game. I apologize. Somehow my that's going to go out. Up front. Oh, good job that time by Krupp, disrupting things there, even though she took a little spill. But she's all smiles. Got to get her headgear back on. That time, Mackenzie Lawless was streaking down the far side, and Krupp able to interrupt that movement. Hornell up 4-0 on the John N. Dagan scoreboard. I'd like to thank John Dagan. Attorney at law, offices on the corner of Genesee and Church Street. Site of the former Universitarian Church. If anyone remembers that, well, I'm 49 years old and I remember it there, but just remember it. It's been torn down a long time ago. Actually, it was there in the 80s. I just don't remember it. I think it was empty for a period of time. Kitty corner of the Hornell First Baptist Church. Oh, jeez. That's good sportsmanship there. It's obviously, a lot of times, like there's Mackenzie Johnson Bozer. Not intending to knock Abby to the floor, but just aggressive play helps her up. Good screen by Colucci that time. Keeps ball in Hornell's favor as Krupp tries to get it upfield. Ashworth sends it to no man's land. I think her intention that time was to send it to Delaney, but Delaney couldn't get to it in time. Surprising with her speed, she is also another track star that went to states. And actually, it was a group of 4 of them. Flights was one of them, Delaney. And I don't have the other, can't remember the other 2, but it was an exciting time for Hornell to send girls to states. Side. That time, Emily Kuhn's just going to let it go out. And Bob Peischer broadcasting from the Maple City Dodge broadcast booth. Stop up and see Gary Harwood and his crew up at Maple City Dodge. I always say the corner of Seneca and our Airport Road, but it's Airport, Seneca, and there's another street there. They've got a couple big lots now, so check out all the new 2018s up there at Maple City Dodge. Chrysler, Jeep. Carmen Nasca checking in for Hornell, number 9. Ciara Quibel. Is that French?
Get out of there.
That's one of the nice things when you're up. You know, if you would like to be up a few more, 4 or 5 or 6 to nothing or whatever, you can, I don't want to say empty your bench, but some of the players that don't get a chance to play a lot in close games, and it's important when it comes down the stretch too, because you never know when there might be an injury that you need one of these players to be available and have quality playing time, because don't forget practice, you can only do so much. There's nothing like actual game time action for the mind, body, and soul. Flights. Finally stolen away by McKenzie. Nice little stop there. There's number 1, Tate Arriaga. And I remember her name. I think she played basketball last year, because I remember that last name, unless it was a sister.
Intercepted.
Substitutes coming in. Remember, North Nagle Realtors is now Howard Hanna. Give Rhonda Wilsey a call at 324-4539. Your local Howard Hanna Realtor. John N. Dagan, proud supporter of Peisch Sports and everything Hornell Sports. Thanks, John, for your support, allowing us to bring it to the world on Facebook Live. Beautiful night here. It started out as a beautiful night if you weren't here. It was a beautiful night to start with. About 10 minutes into the game, it downpoured. I mean, really, really came down, and the wind kicked up. No thunder and lightning, thank God. Play continued. And there's a shot. Just basically we're trying to wake up Rebecca Clifford that time, as she hasn't had much work to do at all, because Hornell's defense has played so strong. And of course the offense too, keeping it deep in Dansville territory. Ooh, everyone ducks when someone's that close, and you see the kick winding up. Lady Raider action. This is like the 4th game for each of them, Dansville and Hornell. Hornell looking to go 3-0-1, still undefeated, but with the 1 tie. Anna Flights checking back in for Hornell. Daughter of Ed and Michelle Flights. He owns Ed's Computers. Who's he coming in for? Let's check it out. That's number 11, Alyssa Delaney. Her mother is running the scoreboard up here. And there's Coach Wilkinson instructing like he always is. Remember, just a few years ago, he was in the state semifinal. Very good coach. Teaching the girls how to do things. Calucci. There's Kennedy Horby. I've never heard that name before. That's why I was kind of interested. H-O-R-A-B-I. Kennedy Horby for Hornell. Friends, Frank Powers is watching it out there in Texas, El Paso. He says is giving away scholarships for girls soccer. So thanks, Frank, for watching, and hope you were safe during all the storm Hurricane Harvey. Got a lot of people from Hornell that live down in that area. Several people live right in Houston, or not several, a few people that I know live right in Houston. They're Hornell High School graduates. The Stewarts, or maybe Kim. I can't remember which Stewart lives there now. Kim?
Get it, Sid.
And then we got also several friends that are in the path of Hurricane Irma and Hurricane Jose that's coming right after it. In fact, a graduate right ahead of me, Dave Rumchuk, was in the Dominican Republic that took the brunt of it. And where I know that at the last count was 30-something killed, and they did not get the eye of the storm, but they were right on the outskirts, so they did get 100-mile-an-hour winds and more. I'd like to say hi to Betsy and Floyd Farley. Longtime supporters of Hornell Red Raider Sports. And Wendy Cole DeLay. How you doing, Wendy? Down there, I think in Virginia? I forget where you live. Minutes left here. Hornell still up 4-0. Dansville now, I think, is just trying to get on the board. Never want to be shut out. In fact, this would be, if they lose this game and it stays at this, they would have lost the last 2 games. Dansville by a total score of 7-0. So you want to get the old goose egg off the board if you can. It's just for a morale thing. You know, I've coached for a number, and 24 years to be exact, in sports, and obviously it was basketball, so you never had to worry about being shut out, but if you can keep it, you know, a little close and a little more respectable, it doesn't feel as bad. Still a loss, but it's Taylor Souls, Father Jason. Does the photo booths. A lot of times you go to Hornell weddings, there you see Jason Souls in his photo booth. Ten minutes now left in the game. Facebook. You're watching it live here at Maple City Park on a Thursday night from Hornell High School. Beautiful facility. I remember when it was first built, it was the actual first field in New York State to have artificial turf. First public high school. I think there was one private school that had artificial turf, and it was the old AstroTurf that was more like sandpaper when you slid on it than was anything else. But so Hornell High School had that distinction. In fact, had a state's track here one year. But the only disadvantage Hornell has now is it's only a 6-lane track, and most they like 8-lane tracks, and there just wasn't the space apparently to build it here, they said. So they only put 6 lanes in, so that's why the state track meet has never been here since. As Dansville looks like they're getting ready to clear out their bench. Well, some of those players have been in, so I guess it's not clearing out, but a fresh set of legs going in for Dansville. You can see Coach Aaron Belden congratulating players down there from Dansville. Even in a loss, you know, you gotta say the best thing you always want to remember in life and anything, failure, whatever. You always want to learn, you know, why you failed and correct it the next time. What do they say? If you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it, and that's basically the same with sports. You know, the worst thing you can do is just mope around and, oh, we lost, and wait, how did we lose? Well, we tried to, you know, we got beat by a better team. Yes, that could happen. Obviously, it happened. There's always one team's always better than the other, but it's happened where there's teams that the better team loses too. So it's, but how'd you lose? Learn something from it. As I'm reaching for things to talk about. I'd like to thank friends at at Wyan Chiropractic, Dr. John Wyan and Dr. Joseph McKay. Wyan Chiropractic, 20 Park Drive in Hornell. Get well and stay well with a visit to Wyan Chiropractic. I haven't needed those services yet, but I'm sure it's coming. They also have a massage therapist there, I believe, as well. Of course, like I said, today's star is Mac Condon. She has 2 of the 4 goals for Hornell. Abby Austin has the other, and Jalen Krupp. And if your math is as good as mine, that equals 4. Hornell up 4-0 on the John N. Dagan scoreboard. Looking for more. Both Hornell and Dansville, Hornell boys and girls teams, I should say, heading to tournament play. This Hornell boys go to the Olean tournament, and I can't remember. Hold on, just a second. I can actually tell. The girls will play at Keuka College versus Pale Mac, and that might not be a tournament. I thought it was, but it might not be, so I apologize. But they are going to play in a neutral site to play at Keuka College on Saturday. The boys play tomorrow in Olean against Holland, and then play again Saturday back in Olean against the winner of Olean and Bradford, I think it is. So whoever wins will play. The 2 winners will play and get together Saturday, and we're going to bring that live on Facebook. So if you're around Saturday, I think it's a 1:40 or 1:30 start. You can check back to Peisch Sports and find out when that's going to start, but I will be bringing that live to you. Corner kick. A little bit too far out there. Yeah, that's what you got to do. Just center it in there again. So that's the way to play that when you kick it and it comes back to you like that. There's Matt Condon, number 14, who scored two of the goals tonight. Again, I think it was funny. We had ball girls here, getting the ball and everything, was saving some time and stuff like that. But once the rain hit, I think they went running for cover and never came back. And like I was talking about in the boys' game, I think they should kind of mandatory to have even the modified girls should take turns and be here. Pay them if you have to, you know, put it in their budget and give them $5 or $10 to shag down balls. It takes too much time. And that's why I said I can imagine you're down by 1 goal with a minute left and you got to go chasing after the ball that takes 15 seconds, 20 seconds to get. I'm just not a big fan of that. I remember back when I was in high school, they always had ball boys and ball girls at these games. So, you know, by lucky over here you got the coaches, but same thing with the boys. That the modified boys soccer team, or you know, send 4 kids each game. You 4 go this game, you other 4 go to the next home game. You know, rotate it. Is that you go to other places. Hornell, when we go on the road, they always have ball boys and ball girls. Hornell's the only school that doesn't. Can't figure it out. Two minutes, 40 seconds left here. Hornell in command and on their way to improving to 3-1. Kind of confused at what was going on there. The Dansville girl kind of gave up. I don't know. I don't know. You can see it could have been called a handball, but no sense in calling it. Let him play. We're under 2 minutes now. That time just protecting the ball, so good job, CUNY. Making sure Clifford can get it. And you can see Clifford taking her time too. No sense in hurrying up here. And as we're a minute and a half. Here's an opportunity. Clifford dives in there. Good job, Rebecca. Aggressive play by Clifford. One of the interesting things is I'm watching on Facebook myself here, the replay or the feed that comes through Facebook. We're actually 10 seconds. So what you're seeing right now happened 10 seconds ago in real life.
30 seconds.
As we're down to the last few seconds left here, but still both teams still fighting. And like I said, a lot of these players don't play or don't start. I don't say don't play, but don't start, giving them a chance to keep in shape. And still trying. Oh, that ball didn't go out. That's the first time I've ever seen that. The ball hit the cone and stayed in. And that's going to bring us to the final. Hornell Lady Raiders.
Final score, Hornell
win 4-0. I'd like to thank our advertisers, which we're going to give one more chance to scroll through as you're leaving. Hornell, again, like I said, wins 4-0. I'm Bob Peischer, broadcasting from the Maple City Dodge broadcast booth. Thanks for being with us. Hornell moves to 3-0-1. Maple City Dodge, of course, Connors and Ferris you just saw. Howard Hanna, thanks Rhonda Wilsey at Howard Hanna, 382-45-39. John N. Dagan, of course, without saying, big supporter of Hornell sports. Triple C's is closed for the season, and they'd like to thank their patrons at Triple C's Tasty Freeze at Park Drive in Hornell. Poulos and Roselle, thank Tim Roselle and Bill Poulos. Poulos and Roselle, your attorneys here in the Crossroads Professional Building across from Burger King. Thanks, Tim. Hornell Wegmans, of course, Route 36 in Hornell. Thank you, Wegmans. Wyan Chiropractic, thank Dr. John Wyan and Dr. Joseph McCade, Wyan Chiropractic. And Hornell Erie Federal Credit Union, protection for you. Stop in, check out their loan deals at Hornell Erie Federal Credit Union. Thanks for being with us. I'm Bob Peischer. Another Peisch Sports production.